Okay, so right about now, let's talk about knowing your mortgage application toolbox. And what do I mean by your mortgage application toolbox? Well, every applicant is different. If you're applying for a loan and you are self employed, your application is going to be somewhat different than the person who is an employee of a corporation. It doesn't matter how much money they're making, but it's the status, the type of employment that you have. So let's look at that. And oftentimes, your lender may ask you for documents that you find impossible to find or to locate. Perhaps you've not seen these documents in years. I hear that all the time. And so it would behoove you to know where you can go and locate these documents and receive copies. But let's look at this. So the first thing that happens, you go out, you look at property, you fall in love with it, you like it, and you put an offer on it with your realtor. Your realtor calls you a day later, and he or she tells you, congratulations, you have the contract. Now, the first thing you've got to do, you've got usually 3 to 7 days to see an attorney so that your attorney will be able to start something called the attorney review. And that simply means exactly what it sounds like. Your attorney is going to review the contract. He's going to make sure that if there are termites, that the seller may go on and cure the termite, or perhaps maybe you'll agree to cure the termites, and you'll receive a credit at the closing but for doing so. Or maybe there could be an oil tank that needs to be removed. And so all of these things that go back and forth. Maybe there's a deck that needs to be repaired. Whatever needs to happen with that property, your attorney is going to take care of it for you. And also, he's going to look at title. Title is very, very, very important. You want to make sure there aren't any bankruptcies that are serving as liens on the property, or maybe someone fell down in the winter and they've got a broken ankle and they placed a lawsuit against the property. That was never addressed in court. Some people walk away from these things because they figure, later for it. But it's still a lien. And like anything else that deals with money, once it comes up and people are notified, of course they're going to want to be paid. So you want to make sure that you're getting something called clear title on your property, meaning that there aren't any liens on the property. That's what you're going to do. Also, the inspections. And your attorney is going to look at all of these documents once these reports are finished, and he'll sit down and advise you, okay, you know what, it's okay, let's move ahead with the purchase. Let's allow you in good faith to purchase this home. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to your lender, your mortgage company, and they're going to ask you for a ton of documentation. First of all, the verification of your down payment. What do you mean verification of your down payment? Well, you're going to put down, maybe you give an earnest money. Usually when you sign a contract, you're going to give your realtor $3,000, $3,500, maybe $10, $15, $25,000 as earnest money, depending on the purchase price. Okay, and that is faith. It's a good faith effort that you're making. You're showing the seller that you're really sincere about purchasing their home, your property, which will be your home. So that's the first thing you're going to do. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to give your lender uh, pay stubs. If you are an employee, you will give your lender pay stubs. But if you are self employed, you're going to give your lender other documentation. And that documentation could include bank statements, not just for 2 months. That's for someone who is an employee of a company, but you're self-employed. So now your lender is going to want 6 months, maybe to 12 months bank statements to see how and if money is coming into your account on a regular basis. How much are you really earning? All right, W-2s, tax returns. They're going to want to see what are you reporting to IRS in terms of your income. And they're going to verify now with a 4506. Whatever you put down on your mortgage application as your income, understand this, it will be verified with IRS. It will be verified. And usually there is absolutely no problems. Um, if you have a work visa or a green card, it needs to be up to date. It cannot be expired. If there's a gap between your employment, maybe you were working for 3 years and then you decided to have a baby, you decided to have a family, and you were off for a year, maybe 2 years, you need to explain that employment gap to your lender in a letter. All right? So, that's something that you need to or you can prepare before you even apply for a mortgage. While you're looking for property with your realtor, actually, you could be uh, gathering all of these documents and putting them in a folder and having them ready for the time that you're willing and ready to sit down before a lender because you have a contract at hand and you're ready to move forward. All right? If you have any questions about that, please feel free to text me at 551 998 0586, or you may email me at realtalkrealestatematters@gmail.com.